Hello everyone. Wish you all a very happy Diwali 2025. You must have been tired of discussing the financial topics on our channel. This Diwali, we just thought we'll sidestep our regular topic and talk something else which is interesting. The interesting subjects of who is saving this country from aggression, from the geopolitics of different nations, people who have saved our country from aggression by neighboring countries. We are going to talk to a veteran of the war who has seen wars like 1971 India-Pakistan war, the Kargil operation, somebody who has been involved in the air defense system, somebody who has been in a consultant role. Even today, at a very advanced age, the zeal he brings to people who talk about defense subjects is something which is unforgettable. I'm very lucky to be associated with Major General Jagi Mahil, whom I'm going to talk in this episode. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, we have a very eminent guest in today's program, Major General Jagi Mahil, popularly known as Jagi Mahil, and for his friends and for his team members, he is mostly known as Mr. Jagi. He is a fourth generation army officer in the family, highly decorated with various awards. He is a Ati Vishisht Seva medal winner, and even today, even though his age is nearing 80, the level of fitness, the alertness, and the zeal to enthuse the crowds or to his comrades is unbelievable. Welcome to this episode, Major General Jagi Mahil, sir.
Thank you. Very kind of you for lovely words.
Sir, you are the fourth generation person serving in your family in the armed forces. What is that driving your entire family in the service of Indian Armed Forces?
Oh, very good question. I come from Punjab, where being in the army is a matter of great pride for people there. One of the wonderful jobs, I'm a Jat Sikh, and our basic profession was always joining the armed forces.
My great-grandfather was in the British Indian Army, and my grandfather was also in the British Indian Army.
My great-grandfather went to Iraq, Afghanistan. He saw operations there. My grandfather, again on the frontier, and then my father, and we are three brothers all in the army. I'm the eldest in my family. My younger brother did not want to join the army, but when he saw that I went there, he says, okay, Paji, I'm also coming. So, otherwise, he was a very studious man. You know, I was not a studious guy.
Right.
I was basically a physical fitness type of guy, loved that type of life, an outdoor life. So, seeing my father being in the army, born up in the army family, I loved the discipline. I loved the camaraderie. I loved the outdoor life. So, I joined the army. And it has been a fantastic journey. If I ever am born again, I will again want to join the army.
Okay. I remember we discussing prior that you joined army somewhere in the 1970s. Not many people have this luck that you join army and suddenly you are in the forefront of war.
Oh, beautiful.
Can you explain what exactly happened when you joined the army?
Oh, yes, sir. Great. Very good. Yes. There are so many officers in the Indian Army who have joined the army, have left the army without seeing a war. The biggest ambition of a soldier is that he should see combat. Without being combat, you don't have those medals and you don't have those ribbons, and you say, "Yaar, zindagi ka maza hi nahi aaya." But we were one of those lucky courses. We got commissioned in June 1970. Went straight for a YO's course. YO means a Young Officers course.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, this is an interesting episode in my life. I used to have mustaches like this. Well, I was a battalion cadet adjutant in IMA. I'm a direct entry. And my choice of arm was first Sikh, we have to give three choices. Okay. My battalion commander was from the artillery. And I wanted to join the infantry. And I was his battalion cadet adjutant, BCA. He called me to his office. He said, Jagi, you are given choice of infantry and I'm an artillery man. Change your choice. I said, no, sir. Change your choice. That's me. And I'm standing in front of him like this. This is 1930. My God. God bless him wherever he is. So I said, sir, please, I'm an infantry man. I want to be with the infantry. Change your choice. Tears rolling down my face. I changed my choice. I put artillery. I passed out 17th in the order of merit. The first 20 people, they are known to, it's known as a super block. So whatever choice we give, we get the choice. So I got artillery.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, my brother gave the choice of EME, engineers and signals. He was sent to infantry. Because all arms and services have to be equally represented. Okay. But only the first 20 chaps get their own choice. So I got artillery. I came to Devlali. Must have heard of Devlali? Near Nasik is an artillery school. I don't know whether you have heard about that station. Yeah. Right. So I came there. So on the railway station, a JCO met us. Second Lieutenant Mahil. I said, yes. You are the senior most chap of this course. Okay. And here is the list of 13 officers. Please collect your young officers. You are joining ADRT. I said, what? What ADRT is this? Okay. I said, I came for tree artillery. He said, no, you have been selected to go to AD artillery. And I asked him, I said, AD में क्या होता है? बहुत पढ़ाई होता है. मैं कहा मारेंगे. Oh God, बहुत पढ़ाई होता है यार. मैं पढ़ाई करने के बिक्स पंख की तो मैं तो इन्फेंट्री ज्वाइन कर रहा था. तुम बोलते अभी बहुत पढ़ाई होता है. रडार है, कंप्यूटर है, वगैरह वगैरह. साला, I rang up my father from the railway station only. I said, Dad, this is a disaster in the making for me. From infantry to artillery to AD artillery, Dad, help me. Don't ever call me here again. If it is in your destiny, so be it. Now come on, chin up, be a soldier. Bam! Fall down. All my things gone. Anyway, that notwithstanding, I did reasonably well. And here I am, an AD artillery general, sitting in front of you, working my backside off, trying to be as good a soldier as I could. Anyway, so we did VIOs, and after VIOs, our VIOs got over in December 1970, and my first posting was in Delhi, 29 AD Regiment, and stayed few months there, and the war clouds started in 71, and after I think about June, we took off to Halwara Air Base near Ludhiana. The rains came and pretty bad. We were protecting that airfield. And before we could say Jack Robinson, we moved from there to Dinanagar. And from Dinanagar, suddenly we realized 3rd December, I saw aircrafts going over. Pakistani preemptive airstrikes were going to Apna Pathankot, that very big air base there. And we said the war has started. So right from within 1.5 years of our getting commissioned, we were seeing war. And you will be amazed that is the best time to see a war. You are a second lieutenant, you are not married, you are nothing, you have got no connection, and you are gung-ho, and you say, buddy, I'm going further, and the men loving you, and you, my God, it was fantastic. Before we realized, I said, well, yeah, the war has got over, 13 years only. That's how we did it.
How old were you at that time?
Oh, I was about 23 and a half, 24.
I have quite a good memories of the 1971 war. I was very, very young. I was born in 62, so 71 war, 9 years old.
Okay.
The only medium of communication at that time was, the fastest medium was radio.
Yes.
The second is what you see it in the newspaper. So every day, the whole village come around, listen to the news, how many aircrafts lost, hamara kitna gaya, unka kitna gaya. How many men died? That was the memories of that. Was it a fearful experience when you are in the war, or how is the Josh exactly? What happens when you are in a battlefield?
Very good question. You see, anybody who says that he was not scared is actually telling lies. डर सबको लगता है. I always say that in the Indian Army, we are the greatest actors. Even if you are scared, because fear is very contagious. You cannot, as an officer, you cannot show your fear to your men. It is a no, no, no. You cannot do it. It has been drilled into our brains, It becomes second nature to us. Even if I am scared, even if there's something, right in front of me, and my children also with me, I will not show my scare, though I might be scared inside. So here, when bullets are flying, bombs are falling all over the place, I'll give you illustrate this with a point. We went across the river Ravi. We were going for a place known as Shakargarh. I don't know whether you heard it.
West Pakistan.
West Pakistan, yeah. My younger brother, we passed out together from the IMA. He was in Firozpur, I was in Dinanagar. Okay. My father was in Ambala. We were all three in the army, and my youngest brother, he was in NDA.
So
all four of us
simultaneously served in the army.
Yes, sir. So you can imagine my mother all alone at home, two sons in direct combat, third guy getting ready in the NDA, and father, of course, was a little at peace, Ambala. His command, he was in the supply depot. So we went across the Ravi. We deployed our troops. I was part of a battery, and it was, I think, 7th December, sometime a little bit later than about 10 o'clock in the morning. What do we see? Two MiG-19s coming from Pakistan and two F-86 Sabre. That is, MiG-19 was a Russian, Chinese version of the aircraft, and this F-86 American. And they came over because we had, our engineers had made a Krupman bridge on the Ravi, and we had crossed to the other side. Now this guy came. As soon as we saw them, we started firing at them. Three guys just took off. One guy came. Mr. Bhatt, you will be amazed. That guy came straight on my bridge. Okay, I was a second lieutenant. I was just a section commander. I was actually. So when he came and he climbed up, and we were about 10, 12 guns were firing like that, on this side of the river, on that side of the river, we were just letting go at him. At that time, we did not have remember, we are talking about warfare and weapons 50 years, 60 years back. We had no proximity fuses. So if you missed an aircraft, even by 1 inch, you missed it. Okay. So this guy climbed up, turned on his back, and came down. And we could see those bombs falling like snowflakes from him. But because we were firing, I don't know, his aim was not proper. It fell on both sides of the bridge. Like that. And he climbed again. And he came back again. Another 2 bombs. Again, nothing happened. The third time he climbed, by the way, my gunner was firing. I was standing behind him. The first time he couldn't hit, I just picked him up. I said, "Bahar nikal." I went and sat down. As a youngster, sat down in that gun myself, picked up the bloody gun, and I was letting go. We were missing this guy. He came back. For the first time, missed him. Second time, missed him. Third time when he came, I was firing. I just let the thing, nothing happened. I stood up and I saluted him. तो मेरा जवान बोलता, साहब क्या कर रहा है? मैं कहा, ये आदमी यार शेर आदमी है. इसको ये मरना नहीं चाहिए. You know what I've learned in life is that you're fighting a soldier on the other side. He's fighting for his country, I'm fighting for my country. But we have respect for each other.
Two professionals.
Professional. I just stood up. That guy tells me, I meet him during our reunions. He says, साहब वो मैं आपको देखा salute मारते हो साहब मजा आ गया साहब. मैं कहा यार वो मेरे दिल में आ गया. Suddenly I just came out. I just saluted. I really, with this podcast, I really wish if that Pakistani Air Force officer can understand my feeling. Great respect for you, buddy, wherever you are.
सर एक मुझे मन में कभी कभी शंका आता है यार look, you do your job on the ground because you are professionals, you are supposed to do. But the cause or the purpose for which you fight, will it dictate your morale? For example, I am fighting for a just cause. On the other side, it may be a professional, but उसका मन में अगर शंका आता है नहीं हम जो कर रहे हैं वो सही नहीं है. Can it affect their morale?
If it is a wrong thing, we in the army have one very distinct thing. We follow an authorized order. a correct order. Nobody can just tell me, send me out of there, shoot you. I will not shoot you.
That's exactly what I
No, I will not shoot you. It is an incorrect order. Just because he doesn't like you, shoot him. Okay. But having said that, now if you can say, okay, I am going against an enemy country. Okay. Now, if everybody starts thinking on these lines, whether am I fighting a just war, then it becomes a problem. For us, an order has been given by the political leadership that we have to go into combat. We go into combat. But the example which I gave you, this was not in combat. This is just a personal order given by some disgruntled guy.
Right.
I will not follow that order. By the way, there are many orders. Couple of times I have not followed myself. You will do this. I say, sorry, sir, I will not do it. This is not correct.
So it will not result in insubordination.
To be very honest, one of my guys told me, I'll finish you. I said, that is your prerogative, sir. But I become a general. So our systems are fantastic in the army. We have an IO, we have an RO, we have a SRO, initiating officer, reviewing officer, senior reviewing officer. People see you through. If there are many times which I have, it may be incorrect to say, but I have taken great pangas in the army. And I would not have made it to this rank. But there are people who say, okay, there must be some reason for him to, do whatever he did. But our systems in the armed forces are great. I hope they are still great, going great.
So at a very young age, you were thrown into the war. Did you have any experience of meeting the top political leadership or top army commanders during your career?
Yeah, there was a situation that was just before we were pushed into into combat. That was in a place known as Dinanagar. Sam Manekshaw was my first chief, and I'm proud to say one of the most finest chiefs I have ever, maybe the finest chief I ever served under. I was just a lovely, small little second lieutenant. But my job was to protect that gathering. We had deployed a troop of L-70 guns, and I saw this man with this beautiful, handsome man, coming along with our Prime Minister, Madam Indira Gandhi. The way he conducted himself was fascinating. There was no bowing down and there was no, covering in front of people. He respected her, she respected him. And I can never forget the thing he told to us. He says, gentlemen, this was an officers' gathering, by the way. Gentlemen, I have come to push you in. There will be a time when you will get across. You will see begums there. Some naughty things may come into your brain. I want you to put your hands in your pocket and remember me. Remember Sam. Nothing will go wrong. I can never forget that. Put your hands in your pocket and remember me. That was something. I was just behind all the officers, small little guy, sitting there and watching this man. Oh, great man. I think he fully deserved the Field Marshal baton which he got.
Right.
And the rest is history. But that was the first time I saw this man.
Compared to 1971, what happened in Kargil war? So there was in 71 you crossed the border. In case of Kargil operations where you were involved again, but
We were
there was
told not to cross.
Not to cross. So what has been the experiences around the Kargil war?
Oh, in 71 I was a second lieutenant. In Kargil, it started I think in May 99. I was a brigadier. I was in charge of all the air defense resources in the Northern Theatre. So this was but I was not in actual combat. I was a staff officer in command headquarters. And but we were told operationally that even aircraft will not cross the IB. But I don't know how much you have read about Kargil. There are heights there, okay, which in winter we normally vacate. Basically it was a gentleman's, on both sides, promise on both sides that we will not be occupying whatever heights they were having, whatever heights we were having. But these guys on the other side did not keep their promise, and suddenly we find them occupying these heights. And we were told by Bakarwals, people who take animals going up, And they said they finally came and told that there are some guys in black dresses, shalwar kameez and all that, but they are sitting there. And that's how the war started. So our job was to now evict them. But the political class took a decision, whatever you want to do, you evict them from this side, but you will not cross the IB. You will not cross IB. So that was a very big restraint on us. Because when you are going for attack, you can't attack only from one side. So that is why it took us time. The 3rd May 99 started, and July the war kept on going. Now those guys were sitting on those heights. Believe you me, even if chap is
Climbing 5 floors of a building.
you start huffing and puffing. There you are doing nearly 17,000, 18,000 feet, climbing, carrying load, and firing at the same time. It's a Herculean task. But with whatever happened, we did the task, we threw them out.
I was lucky enough to visit this Kargil War Memorial last year.
You went there?
Yes, I went there, and we could see in the museum how things have happened. When they said that the troops came in, they didn't even have time to acclimatize to the heights, and they have to go in.
There were some troops who went like that. But similar thing happened also now against the Chinese on the LAC.
Yeah.
When they came and sat down, overnight we sent in our boys. But that is the whole beauty. You see, that's why. Believe you me, I am convinced about it, we are the finest soldiers we have in the world, who will not ask any question. The only thing what they want is, officers should be with them, leading them right from front. They will go anywhere.
So you say officers should be in the front.
The officers must lead our boys.
What makes your boys really follow your orders or get inspired from you? What's the special thing the officers will bring in? Is it their fitness? Is their mental makeup? Is it that how do the army trains its men into this?
Yes, sir. That is something which leading from the front. There is something very beautiful known as follow me, mere piche. Bas, that's it. If you can achieve that thing in life, follow me. Men are ready to go to the end of the world with you. And people who have led from the front have never failed. Yeah, they have died. You will see the maximum casualties from any army in the world, between officers and men equation. The Indian army loses the maximum officers.
Because they lead from the front.
Yeah.
They are always in the front.
Always in the front. Especially our combat operations, our special forces, our infantry, they are always right from the front. I have spoken to a Pakistani prisoner of war in 1971. Okay, he told me one thing very clearly. Saab, आपके अफसर और हमारे जवान. मैं कहना हमारे जवान भी तुम्हारे से फिट हैं. बोलता नहीं साहब, आपके अफसर और हमारे जवान हम दुनिया को उड़ा देंगे कहीं. Their officers are they have got used to now, controlling the country politically. Once you get onto that part of life, then combat soldiering becomes a little problem. Once you get onto politics, then you don't want to die. Anyway. Though some of their soldiers, some of their officers have done very well, excellently well, but nothing compared to our boys.
During your stint in the army, you have occupied several positions. I know that you have been deputed to several countries as part of trainings or to know about the ammunition. Can you tell a little bit about your experiences in other countries representing India there from Indian Armed Forces?
After the 71 war, my first experience was Soviet Union itself. I went to Russia. Must have done well in the war because we were only 4 lieutenants and 4 majors who were along with about 50 odd men who were sent to Soviet Union at that time. We were in a place known as Mari in Turkmenia. By the way, that was like now Soviet Union has broken up.
Yeah.
That was part of Soviet Union. What did I see? Very tough soldiers. But their discipline was not as good as our boys. Okay. And but their officers were just too good. My chief instructor was a chap known as Tolkachov. He was Polkovnik. Polkovnik means a full colonel. Polkovnik Tolkachov. He was from Ukraine. Never in my wildest imagination could I ever imagine that Ukraine, and firstly, I could not imagine that Soviet Union will break up in 72. We went late 72, came back in 73. In 90, I think 91.
90s, I think somewhere in 90s it broke up after Gorbachev's.
Maybe 20 years after.
Correct.
I could never imagine Soviet Union breaking up, but it broke up. On top of it, I could never imagine Ukrainians and Russians going at each other's throats. God.
Rather sad it is.
They are very sad. They are the Slavs. They are brother Slavs fighting with each other. They have got intermarriages. They have got everything with each other. I just don't know. You can imagine what the world has come to, where who has got these guys at daggers drawn with each other. Now a point is coming where they are wanting to nuke each other. What a tragedy. So this was one aspect. As a second lieutenant itself. But I saw very good, tough soldiers of the Russian army and very tough officers. They have never let us down, by the way, let me tell you. They have always given us equipment whenever we needed. Whenever 71 ops, the Russian submarines were there in the Bay of Bengal, holding the American fleet which had come to help in East Pakistan. The Russians came to our aid.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a historical fact. Subsequently, when I became a full colonel, I was with the Akash and Trishul. I have been to Holland. I've been to, again, Russia at that time. Russia was in pretty bad shape because they had broken up. And Holland, they had great respect because I was part of, I told you, I haven't told you. We had gone for the equipment what is known as Shilka. By the way, the Shilka was used, after 71 war, the gun which I fired was firing at 240 rounds a minute at aircraft. When we went in 1972 to Soviet Union, I saw that equipment firing 4,000 rounds, that is 3,400 rounds per minute, all four barrels opening up. Now you can imagine 3,400 and only 240 rounds. So that was the equipment which we had got. Okay. The Western world had not too much idea about this Shilka. So when I went to Holland in about 90 Iskander, these guys asked me, Colonel, I was a colonel at that time, can you please tell us about Shilka? Because East Germany had broken up. East Germany had become, part of
the Communist bloc.
Communist bloc had broken up. I said, yeah. He said, we have got now a couple of Shilkas from the East German army. And we have changed the radar. They had changed the complete radar. So he wanted to tell me, tell your chaps, we can redo your Shilkas. This Soviet radar was an old radar, we can make into a new radar. That type of thing. So, don't you know about it? Well, then no. Then they sort of, taking me, they took me out from my team and requested my senior chap, can we borrow him for about 2 hours? And I was teaching them the Shilka in Holland myself, So I said, I'm one of those original buggers who went there. And Russians, of course, was always, for Akash and Trishul, we had no problems. Whatever we had to do testing, we used to go to Russia to do testing, that? Our missile testing, simulation testing.
Right.
Simulation, not the actual testing, simulation testing.
Right.
Otherwise, at that point in time, now everything is being done in-house only.
Right.
Yeah.
You were part of the Akash Trishul in the initial phase itself, when the air defense, you were heading the air defense division for a long period of time in the Indian Armed Forces.
No, I was the MG in Southern Command.
Southern Command.
The AD is led by the Director General of Air Defense from Delhi.
Acha.
He is a Lieutenant General.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in the recent Operation Sindoor, there was no crossing of armed forces into each other's territory.
Yeah.
I was listening to something called contactless war. Has the dynamics wars have changed now? How are the wars being felt? Even in Ukraine now, instead of people crisscrossing, it's the invisible war. What's coming, where it is hitting, how it is happening. Nothing is known. How important technology in today's war?
Technology become very important. I'll give you an example about Iran. The Iranians have not crossed into Israel. What has crossed are their missiles.
Missiles.
Normal missiles, drones, hypersonics. With that, they have been able to create so much of damage and so much of fear within those cities of Israel. Right? The greatest war-winning effort in today's warfare are artillery, missiles, and air defense. there are very few infantry to infantry action taking place. Infantry action will only take place when you want to go and occupy some land there. The Russians are also, because they are winning back their territory from Ukraine. At that time, slow and steady, they will put infantry. Maybe after about a week, they will capture 5-6 kilometers. Okay, but by and large, to destroy the other person, it is basically firepower. It's a non-contact battle.
Okay.
Same thing on this non-contact battle. Chinese are very good. They got more than 10,000 missiles. So when they talk about missile warfare against Taiwan, whether that war ever takes place, God alone knows. Okay, they have missiles, hypersonics against aircraft carriers now. American aircraft carriers having about 5,000 people on board. You have 3 or 4 hypersonic hitting them. 5,000 guys are gone. So it's a non-contact battle. Then cyber warfare, again non-contact. All your communication gone for a 6. Once there is no communication, what do you do? In the armed forces, if I cannot communicate with the other person, I will not be able to pass orders because there's nothing. Where we learned, actually, just to take it on that, in Soviet Union, when we were with the Shilkas, they were thinking of, jamming equipment even at that point in time. So we were taught by flags. If I can't communicate with one tank to another tank, how do I communicate with flags?
Alternate means of communication.
Yes. Even at that point in time, they were teaching us.
Right.
So now things have become much more complicated. Now missile warfare, intelligence warfare, cyber warfare, jamming, drones. Today, you must have seen videos. A vehicle is going and a drone is following him. Poor chap, they can't get out of it.
Yes.
So air defense has to make sure that they knock off all these things. Our target systems have increased by so much now. It is not only aircraft that we have to deal with. We have to deal with so many other things. So this modern, what we had a little bit of a sample during Op Sindoor, where air defense did a damn good job against a lot of drones. Yeah.
In less than 4 days, the war is over. The kind of damage it created, the precision hitting that has happened across the border, the intensity with which they attacked.
My fantastic salute. I tell you, great regards for the planners of the Air Force who could, as also the Army. By the way, this BrahMos was fired from the Army side as also from the Air Force side.
Right.
Okay. To be able to go through, Noor Khan, what happened?
Yes.
Yeah. In that air base, went through the duct of a air conditioning system inside. Yeah.
So nobody knew that how precise the system could work at that point of time, and
Unbelievable.
it's unbelievable the kind of meticulous planning, the precision of strikes.
I can only tell you, in 71, the thing which I gave, the aircraft was coming, we were firing, we were missing him by inches, but the aircraft was still flying. Here they have gone and hit about 200 kilometers away, or 150, wherever, through a duct and gone straight in. Imagine. And he's hitting from 100 some odd plus kilometers away. What accuracy. Great regard for him. And great planning.
Sir, Indian Armed Forces is a big institution. I think it's 10-15 lakh odd people.
About 12-13 lakhs.
12-13 lakhs. People say that we are wasting a lot of resources on armed forces, and the same amount, had we saved that, we could have improved our country much better. Yeah. Is it truth? What do you see? You are a veteran of the war. You have seen Indian Army from inside. You are also a citizen of this country. What's your view? Why Army has to be strong? Why we need to spend so much on the defense?
I feel very sorry for people who think that money spent on the armed forces. When you say army, means armed forces. Navy, Air Force, Army is a waste. How can we even think on such a... If we are not properly protected, people are going to eat us. If we feel, you tell me, a country without an armed force, we are doing, by the way, we are now the 4th economy in the world? 4th largest?
Yeah, 4th largest.
Okay. Planning to become the 3rd largest?
Yes.
You think people are happy with you? People are not happy with you. People want you to be still the snake charmer, to be a big big market for the Western nations. They don't want you to be a strong nation. They don't want you to be a strong economy. The only organization which is keeping you safe so that others do not come and destroy us from outside or from within are the armed forces. Even you look at America. Today, their defense budget, I think, is nearly touching 1 trillion now. Yeah. Nearly 1 trillion. We are only 81 to maybe 100 billion, maybe a little less than 100 billion. And if we do not want, if we have to live with honor, with respect, with our head held high in this comity of nations, we have to be strong enough to protect ourselves. And nobody, if you are thinking that you can protect this country with dandas, I'm sorry. Which world are we living in? You yourself have just told me a non-contact warfare.
Yes.
If they are going to hit us with missiles and we have nothing to hit back with only dandas, this country will go down very fast. Not a single, and let me tell you, nobody is spending too much money on the armed forces. Whatever money, we would rather they will spend a little bit more. This money is never wasted. It is like insurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a pure insurance.
And it also has its economic consequences. Army does not exist in isolation.
Yeah.
Army exists in a society. It has its linkages. You need food. There is a food industry which has to support. You need technology. There is another industry which is catering to it. You need logistics. So you need auto manufacturers to work for army. And they have their employment. And they have peripheral employment which comes through it. So on armed forces, it looks like a lot of money is being spent. However, it has its economic output to the country. And all of us, let's say that I have got something precious in my house. Will I leave the doors open?
Absolutely.
Right? Which house requires the better lock? A house with minimalistic things, or the house with precious jewels require a bigger protection?
Protection, absolutely.
As we get bigger and bigger economically, we become stronger and stronger, and we have more things to lose in the event of an attack. So our security forces also have to be much more combative or much more stronger, and we should be prepared. Finally, yeah.
You know, this chap, who is the gentleman who is a field marshal now? Asim Munir?
Asim Munir, Field Marshal.
Okay, anyway, he is the field marshal. His remark to say that India is a Mercedes car.
Yes.
He himself is telling us. So if we are a Mercedes car and he's a Thela, where is the comparison? So he was trying to put it in a derogatory way, but I take it in another way. He also is himself saying that our economy is far ahead. That guy is just a Thela. We are going into a Mercedes car. So if I have to protect my Mercedes, and if I have to protect my expensive things as we have to go up, we need a proper armed force to protect us.
Right.
Yeah.
General Saab, I don't know your age, but I guess you must be in 70s?
I'm going to be hitting 78 in November.
Right. You don't look to be getting older. Did you get hurt at any point of time during the combats or anything? It's just not showing any signs of any weakness in your body or anything like that. Your voice is just coming like a newly recruited officer.
Very sweet of you. I am a pretty hurt guy in the sense that I damaged my knee and damaged my back. Actually, my back I damaged during IMA as an instructor. I have always lived a life of, that's what my father taught me. Son, if you want real respect from your men, you have to lead your men. But you should be able to do everything which your man does. And I tried to follow him. Because my father was also a very, very fit man. And over a ditch, when we jumped over in the IMA, with a couple of rifles on my shoulders, I damaged my back. Over a period of time, my L4 and L5, the bulge came out, and I used to have paralysis of my left leg. And whenever I sat down, when that happened, I carried on running, carried on doing everything, which I should not have done at this stage of my life, but lead by example. So I got operated just 1 year before I retired. Finally, I could not handle it anymore, so got operated in Command Hospital, Pune. This, me, again, thanks to climbing mountains and all that in Northern Command, up and down, this got damaged. So, hurts are hell of a lot, but heart is still going strong. And like I told you, can I give you a demonstration here?
Why not?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you. What I'm going to showing you is one of the requirements of leadership is personal example. Follow me, like I said, and that can only happen provided you are fit. So one should not hide behind one's age. ये छोटी मोटी चोटें तो लगती रहेगी जिंदगी में, but when there is a will, Mr. Bhatt, there is a way to do it. I'll just show you. Here this. Time is over. Okay. 40. They was just to. So to let
Amazing.
to let the young generation know that it's never too late in life.
Right.
You're never too old. It's not that now imagine I'm sitting here, I'm not doing. God has been very kind to me, to be very honest with you. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I just come from Hyderabad. Yesterday I came back from Hyderabad. There was some work the youngster told me. He says, Janal Sahab, how do you keep yourself fit? I said, yaar, bas. आजकल रोटी तो कोई खाता ही नहीं है, 4-5 रोटी होती है पूरी जिंदगी में at this age of life, you know. But don't drink, don't smoke, and lead a clean life. So he says, I said, yeah, I've got you'll be amazed, I have a video posted on YouTube for the young generation if they want to see. It's called 64, 64 and loving it. That means I am the age of 64 and loving it. You can see it on YouTube. You'll see what I used to do. I'm becoming older now, but heart is still strong.
जगी साहब, एक प्रश्न मुझे कभी कभी मन में ये आता है कि say our channel is for NRI community. Our NRI community today is a big community. It's 31 million strong and counting.
We should be very proud of them also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they are spread across globe. हम सब लोग, I myself was an NRI for 15 long years. When they go out of the country, they get a feeling that I have succeeded, I have come up in my life. They tend to forget. I'm not telling, most people are patriotic in nature. Most people, I give it to them. But there are people who make fun of our country. When you're on the foreign soil, you think that India is no more required.
They make fun of us?
Yes.
Oh.
Right? It's a poor country. We are in a new country. Is there a need, even when they become an NRI, when they become citizen of another country, when they go and live anywhere else, should they be patriotic? Should they be connected to India? Or it's a new life for them? How do you see? Do you have any members of your family living outside?
Oh yes. My own daughter is in Australia. I've got 2 beautiful grandsons. I miss them terribly. Go to Melbourne. You should be connected to your mother country. You should be. There is a beautiful, we have a thing in the army, we call it firm base. That means you have a firm base, which is your country or your position. You go out anywhere you feel like. Something happens to you, come back to firm base. You understand? Do not leave total contact, because what I am seeing now, you would be a better judge because you keep going abroad much more than whatever I have done in my life. Whatever little I know, world is changing dramatically. Just look at our life, our countries around us. Just look at Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal.
Maldives.
Yeah. Okay, go to the West. I believe in Ireland, they are now, though of course the mainstream media doesn't cover it, but the alternate media talks about, they are saying to Indians, poor Indians are having a tough time, some poor Indians are having a tough time in the US. I don't know whether it's correct or wrong or whatever. Okay. So the only country which is actually yours is India. You must go out. After all, at the end of the day, you're going out for a better life. Please do it. But do not leave connection with your home country. Yeah, it'll not be a good thing. You will not be happy. Because one thing I've seen whenever I go to Australia, I find a lot of Indians are more Indians. There is more Indianhood there. I'm rather very sad to hear that people feel that we are poor back home, because every year they come back home. But there may be some people, maybe I don't know who suddenly may have maybe got married there. God alone knows if somebody's saying like that. But your country, I think, is one of the most beautiful countries. We are an oasis of peace in this part of the world. See how peaceful we are.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm staying here in Kerala, and I have a place where we are staying. There are Muslims, there are Hindus, there are all sorts of people living beautifully with each other. I am a non-Malayali living in this part of the world, not speaking a word of Malayalam or Tulu, but the way they love me, the way I love them, the way we treat each other with respect. What a country we are living in here. How can we say our country is a bad country? Sorry.
Yes, history has lots of examples. We saw what happened in Uganda and how people were accepted. When people got persecuted in our borders, how our country accepted it. How the entire Parsi community, which came from another country and found peace, it prospered here and it made Indians prosper. Israelis, how many of them are here? Right?
Jews, yes. Absolutely.
I told you about Uganda. There were problems at times in Fiji. You look at the way in Ukraine when the crisis broke out, how the mother country accepted everyone and brought them back.
Absolutely.
What happened in Yemen?
Yeah.
Right? So we brought them back.
From the Navy, by the
first thing that we have to accept, this is my feeling, this is my extreme inner feeling, that even though we live outside of India, we should get connected, as you say, a firm base. A girl gets married, goes to her husband's house. She brings light to both the house, the husband's house as well as her parents' house. If you have gone out somewhere, it's all right. Let's give what's the best of India to the country where you serve. You send money to India, help India, make India richer, make India stronger. In case you have trouble somewhere, sometime in future, my country is always there to embrace you, give you that protection.
Absolutely.
With this message, I think every NRI should salute every armed forces, the Indian motherland, and let's say Jai in Mother India.
Wow, Jai. You see, at the end of the day, remember, it's not only that you're sending money to make this country prosper. After all, that is your money.
Yes.
Yeah. Your money, that is your money. No, not that you have given it away to the country. The country is using that money for the time that you are still there outside. Okay? And you're helping this country grow big, become better.
Absolutely. See, when we as a mother country become stronger technologically, financially, economically, by way of strength of our armed forces, we'll be seen with respect. We have seen our own times, Indian passport didn't have any value. Right? But today when I travel the length and breadth of the country, Indians are not pushed over. They say, look, your people are the heads of several institutions. We see your Prime Minister. We see how you are progressing. And the technological prowess during the Operation Sindoor, forget about unnerving the Pakistanis. It unnerved even the best of best countries in the world. And nobody thought that India could pull out such a feat in less than four to 5 days.
Yes.
Less than 4 to 5 days, right?
You see, one point which I have heard some politicians say in the Western world, I don't know who it was, somewhere in the US, that the Indians should be very lucky that we have given them opportunity in their country to progress. Now, I asked them, I want to ask those guys a question. The same opportunity you have given your people also, why are they not progressing? They are jealous of an Indian. By the way, the Indians are earning the highest.
Yes.
In the
Not
US.
only earning the highest, they are the highest taxpayers to the exchequer.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, so highest taxpayers, earning highest. What about their chaps? They've been born and brought up there. They have their own education. How come an Indian is coming from here and doing better than them? Obviously, he comes from a background which parents have instilled hard working conditions in him. His brain is fantastic. Okay, he's capable of doing hard work. He comes with the great family traditions. That is why he's doing well there. Why should you be jealous?
Sir, thank you very much. It's a great talking to you. We take this opportunity to wish all the men in the armed forces, army, navy, and the air force to wish you all a very happy Diwali. We salute you because of your dedication, because of your alertness. We are safe and we have a peaceful sleep in our houses. We owe you everything that you need. Hats off to you, sir. Everyone.
Thank you. We do it for our own nation, and we are very proud of our country. We are very proud of all of you people of making the economy go up. Thanks to you people. Thanks to you guys. And we all have to work as a team. We all have to work as a team for this great nation to go up and be in its rightful place in the comity of nations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dear viewers, please like this video. If you enjoyed the conversation, do share it with every NRI friend of yours, relatives, friends, near and dear ones, and on all the social media on which you are connected with. Let's make India a great nation. It's already a great nation. Let it remain like this forever as a great nation. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday with yet another guest on this podcast here.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.